Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Nitro Racing League. But here we are for a brand new season on Formula 1 2021. I've never really shown the Nitro F1 League as I have been absent from it for quite some time now. But we are here full time this season in the Nitro Racing League F1 series side of things as well, of course, with NASCAR Heat 5 and whatnot. But we don't waste any time. We jump into the action here where we were racing in Bahrain for the season opener now. I'm going to show you guys the schedule here after qualifying to give you an idea of what we're going to be going up against throughout this season. It is not identical to the real F1 schedule, so it is quite a bit different, and there's some good things about that as well as some bad things, and I will highlight those here coming up shortly now as we were underway here in qualifying. And we do this on Xbox, and I can tell you there's a really big difference between the wheel on PC and Xbox. It was really weird trying to adapt over to the Xbox side of things again when I play, of course, the career mode for F1 on PC. It's like the input you put in on the wheel on the console doesn't like to react the same as it does on the PC. So it was weird to adapt to, but we actually qualified second place here for the Bahrain Grand Prix. So I was pretty happy with that, considering, like I said, the whole adapting process. I was pretty satisfied being less than 2/10 off of the pole of Matt, aka Mahu. So before we race, here is the schedule. You can't see Bahrain up there because of that new overlay I have, but we go China, Australia, Japan, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, Austria, Baku, Spain, France, Netherlands, Britain, Russia, Monaco, Belgium, Hungary, Italy, Imola, Portugal, Saudi Arabia, assuming those three tracks get put in the game by the time we get there, Canada, USA, Mexico, and Brazil. So the downside is there's a couple of tracks I really like at the beginning of the season that I feel like I'm really strong at, so we can't use those to our advantage at the end of the season, but we do have Canada in there, we have Brazil, and I feel like I'll be really strong at those tracks, but we also have three unknowns with Imola, Portugal, as well as Saudi Arabia, where we have no idea what we're going to be able to do there. So it's going to be an interesting season. We were on a two-stop strategy here for the races. We were getting ready to go green. It was going to be soft, and then medium, I think it was the plan here for this first GP of the season. I am known for being notoriously bad at starts here in the Nitro Racing League on the F1 side of things, but it's lights out and we are underway, and instead of a bad start, we get an excellent start here as we make this long run towards turns 1. Andrew Wisdom in the Williams just behind myself, and we actually go a little bit deep into turns 1, but thankfully we got clear of Mahu before any contact happened. Andrew Wisdom actually apparently got into the back of me. I got a warning for a collision. My teammate of Jay was down towards, I think, 6th or 7th at this point now, as we were out in front leading the way here on this opening lap. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did not expect to be leading the way here on this opening lap, considering I was thinking we were gonna have a really bad start and be down probably in like 6th, 7th, 8th place. Now I think I've shown one Nitro Racing League video from the Nitro F1 League on the channel before, and that was last season at the Russian GP, and I had a terrible start there. So I was expecting the exact same thing here in Bahrain, but thank goodness it didn't go that way. And now we are running up in front here on the second lap of the GP, coming to lap 3 now. Matt O'Brien there in the McLaren had gotten up into second. He was just kind of stalking me. He wasn't really close enough to put on any pressure, but he was definitely close enough to where I was well aware of his presence and keeping an eye on that timing. There's a bit of a mistake right there. The back end just kind of kicked out on myself, but we were still holding on to that front position here now as we were closing in towards the end of lap 3 now, as we abuse the track limits a little bit. I think we're on strict, so I was surprised I didn't get any corner cut warnings or anything now as we come to lap 4, and Matt's still hovering about 4 to 5/10 of a second behind myself here as we come through. The S is a little bit of a weird entry right there, and that kind of screws us up for the rest of the corner, and actually screws us up way more than I anticipated. Into the guardrail we go. We lose the back end. We crash. The safety car as well is going to come out, not for me, but Andrew Wisdom in the Williams has also crashed behind us. He was on a wheel too, dealing with the same issues I was having with the inputs being really weird. He was out of the race. Safety car comes out. Like I said, that was not for me. Obviously, we just straight up binned it right there. A huge mistake from myself, and that's going to be a huge hit to this race, as we got to bring it into the pit lane, and we got to put a new front wing on the car. So that was very unfortunate. A mistake from myself. That was a mix of, just like I said, the whole just trying to get used to this wheel on the console, as well as myself just being stupid right there and going wide. So we got a new wing on the car, and we were getting ready to go back green now towards lap 8, but we were down in now 13th place. So that was really unfortunate that I made a mistake like that, but I'm hopeful that we can, of course, work our way back up towards the front, because we still have over 20 laps of racing to go now as we use ERS on overtake there, try to get a run here on the inside of the Red Bull of Puck Drop, a fellow Canadian of mine. As we go down into turns one, we get squeezed onto the curb a little bit. We were 3 wide with the Alfa Romeo now, as the caution was actually out, and I think that was a glitch, but unfortunately that means we illegally gained a spot, so now we're having to let people go, and then we actually overtake Matt Chaffee just due to the awkward timing. So it kind of worked out in a sense now, but we were now 12th place behind Joseph 9001 here in the Alfa Romeo. Now as we came through the S's, he would actually make a mistake right here. He loses the back end, loses grip, goes wide, and then I'm going to come through here on the right hand side, move up into 11th place now as we try to run down Puck Drop there again in the Red Bull, going a little bit wide through there on that heavy braking left-hander, but thankfully it worked out okay. So now closing in towards the back of him, we actually had LMP Grizz there in the Alpine, I believe that is, have a disconnect. So he was just rejoining the lobby, as you can see on the bottom of the screen. So now I was trying to, of course, get the run right here. Actually, sorry, he's in the Williams, not the Alpine, but we like to the right-hand side of him here, and then his AI comes into the pit lane, just about turned into an accident for myself and Matt Chaffee. But now as we came through to the end of lap 9, coming to lap 10, Puck Drop behind Alex Diego right here, as now I was in behind him in 10th place. Overtake again on ERS as we go down towards turns 1. That was a huge big moment right there, as Puck Drop in the Red Bull braked, I don't know, 50 meters too early, and unfortunately I don't expect anyone to brake there no matter what the situation is, so I end up plowing into the back of him, get wing damage from that incident now, so that completely throws another hole at our race now, as I don't know why he braked when he did, because he wasn't close enough to Alex in front of him to break that early, so I was really confused, but that just completely ruined our race now. So I just pulled off. I said, you know, at this point I was really frustrated with how this race was going, with the whole wheel thing just being really weird, and then wrecking myself, and then of course nothing I can do right there with him braking where he did. So I knew that we were pretty much screwed, and then it got even worse. So some random person joined the lobby and crashed myself and about 3 other people's games at the same time. So it got even worse. We were kicked out of the game, and then I tried to load back, and I took control again of my Mercedes number 96 car here, as we would try to at least rally back and somehow get a good finish. But as soon as I went into the final turn, immediately I realized now I have 0 force feedback in my wheel. So at this point I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this. The game, the glitches, and just, it's unbelievable. I decided to call it right here. So I actually retired from the session. I said, you know what, you guys can go have fun, and I'll just come back for the second race of the season and see if we can do anything better. So I quit from the session, and that was it. So we got like 17th place or something like that. Before we end it, here is the finishing order. So Cameron would actually win the race in the Alpine, Matt O'Brien in second, Matt Mahu in third, and then Matt Chaffee in fourth. 3 Matts right there. Then MJ got fifth, Jay got sixth, my teammate, and then Kermit the Frog seventh, and then of course Lazy there in the Ferrari got eighth. Alex in the Aston Martin 9th, RJ 10th, Puck Drop 11th, Gale Force, who's going to be a championship threat, got 12th place, LCS got 13th, Joseph 9001 14th, LMP Grizz 15th, Libert in 16th, myself and Andrew Wisdom both DNF 17th and 18th. But hopefully that's not how the rest of the season is going to go for us. If you guys enjoyed, of course, you know what to do, and hopefully in the future we'll have some better luck here in the Nitro Racing League F1. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.